it's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Okay, so tonight I'm going to break down this whole Tekashi 6ix9ine Breakfast Club interview and why I feel like Tekashi 6ix9ine is not gangsta at all. And before I get into my comments on why I feel like he's definitely not gangster and my feelings on the whole interview, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a disclaimer. I have lost family members that I love dearly to this whole gang lifestyle. I've lost people to jail and prison from this whole gang lifestyle. I've been to level 4 prisons where I visited one of my family members doing a 15 to 20 year bid from some gang affiliated stuff where real gangsters are serving life. I have family members who are dead and gone because of gang affiliation. So I'm just gonna warn you ahead of time that I may get a little bit turned up, and cause it's just that dear to me, and I just don't find it funny. I don't find it cute, and I was not impressed by the interview. A lot of people were like, oh yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he sunned Charlamagne, he put him in his place, he checked him, and I'm like, did we watch the same interview? Does anybody know what a real gangster is? Do people not know where gang life leads you? Like, I live in California where gang life, gang culture, all of that originated. So I wasn't impressed by this interview. I didn't find it cute. I realized that I am possibly an old head. Like, I try to keep my youth, but watching this interview, I was like, yo, I might actually be old. Is it old, or is it just wiser and more mature and been through things so you know things? I'm not sure. I'm still debating with myself whether it's a maturity thing or if I'm actually old and I need to come to terms that I'm old. Anyways, you know, my voice may elevate a little bit, so you know, if you got on headphones, if you're watching it with headphones, you might have to turn down your headphones. But I'm about to get into reasons why Tekashi 6ix9ine is definitely not gangsta. Not only was it irritating to me to watch, but it was irritating watching and reading the comments. A lot of the comments were, and I'm just gonna assume that it has to be kids, like it has to be immature, wet behind the ears, ain't been through nothing, ain't lost nobody, don't know what this real gang life is about. It has to be these type of people that are leaving comments. I just didn't understand it. Like, a lot of the comments, people were saying, yo, I can't believe Charlamagne got checked, yo. Tekashi 6ix9ine son Charlamagne, yo. And I'm like, did we watch the same interview? Is over talking somebody sunning them? Like, how? And then in another comment that I seen, they was like, oh, y'all seen that part? He was like, yeah, Charlamagne, you got punched. And I'm like, is Charlamagne a gang member?
Right, now listen, I never got touched, right? There's a video of him getting touched.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
We need you to pray for him too, Pat.
Pray for him.
You mean touch?
Is he a bank? Like, is he a blood? Is he claiming like he hard? Is he claiming like he about it, like he in these streets and he... I was so confused. I'm like, y'all impressed by him saying that to somebody who doesn't live that lifestyle? Charlamagne is a radio host, and sometimes in his job he pisses people off. I mean, in his Amara La Negra interview, he pissed me off, but within him pissing me off, he's not out here saying, test my gangsta when you see me run up. So if somebody hits Charlamagne, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like the same way as if it's somebody who is really claiming to be a blood, really banging out here, and then they get hit and then they run. Somebody who goes to work every day and somebody runs up on them and socks them and they not about that fight in life, I I don't know, like that's where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm old because I don't have the same mind frame, I don't have the same mentality, and I don't have the same perspective, clearly. Now, if Tekashi was debating with 40 Glock, and if you guys remember, 40 Glock is a rapper who he had beef with the game years and years ago. He was banging and he was like, he a crip, he this, he that. The game ran up on him and you could see him on video running from the situation. If he was having a debate with him and he was like, yeah, but you ran, you a sucker, then I would understand because they're on the same playing field. They both trying to be gangsta. They both perpetuating this lifestyle, this thug lifestyle. Then it would be like, okay, I understand him going at him and it makes sense. But going at somebody who is not a gangbanger, it doesn't make sense. Also, I'm from California where gang banging originated. I'm in no way, shape, or form, clearly I'm not a gangbanger, but I've been around gang lifestyle all my life. And being gang affiliated does not end well for the majority of men in that lifestyle. So I don't think that is cute. I don't think that is funny. I don't think that is nothing to play with. Real gangsters move in silence. You're not about to tell nobody, test my gangster, run up on me. But then when people actually test your gangsters, your excuse is, them is grown ass men. Like, I wasn't about to let them world star me. Like, are you gangster or are you not? I don't consider it to be gangster if you telling people to test you, run up on you, and then when people test you, your excuse is, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna let them just run up on me. Like, you asking for it? If you asking for it, that means that you ready for whatever.
I invite you to test my gangster.
But the problem,
straight up.
The problem with that, it's not gonna be you.
Somebody can't tell somebody suck your dick and then don't show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get world starred on the world star stage. I let my nuts hang, right? But am I gonna go against 100 niggas that wanna get me? These are grown men. Like, I'm talking about 30 years old, blood. Y'all know.
I just don't take this type of stuff lightly, and I hate people cheering on this type of behavior because it's not cute. Nothing cool about it. So in one part of the interview, Charlamagne the God asked Tekashi 6ix9ine who his musical influences were. He told him that his music seems a lot like Fredro Starr's and reminds him a lot of Fredro Starr, and wondered if that was his musical influence. Tekashi then replied and he said, oh, I like DMX, but I don't think he fuck with me. Why you say that? Like, why you think DMX don't fuck with you?
Who?
DMX?
How
Why you say that?
What?
I follow him, he and follow me back.
So what?
Oh my
man?
God.
What are you talking about?
DMX.
Are you a fan of DMX or nah? If you are a fan of DMX, you know that DMX was one of the roughest, toughest rappers in New York City. Not only that, he has now gone into battling a heavy drug addiction. He's in and out of jail. He's fighting case after case. He got kids out the yin yang. He got baby mama trouble, child support. You really think he worried about following you back and that validates him not fucking with you as an artist, bro? Number two, he keeps throwing around the fact that he's the hottest in New York. I'm the hottest in New York. You only been out since November. You came out from trending because you had rainbow hair, you was talking all this blood stuff, so your video went viral, you came known. I'm not taking that away from you. That's good. You found a niche to put yourself on in the game. But I think it's a little too soon to be saying that you're the king of New York, knowing how these rappers come and go. Fetty Wap had hit after hit after hit on the radio, back to back to back. He dropped one, then he had another, then he had another, then he had another. It was like back to back, like 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many songs he had back to back. How long has it been since we heard of Fetty Wap besides the baby mama drama that's keeping his name afloat? Have we heard any recent like hit records from Fetty Wap? Has it kind of been a ghost town? Not to say that he won't come back on the scene, but you have to definitely have more skin in the game to say that you're a king of anything, in my opinion. Like, you have to prove yourself longer than November to March.
See, but Charlotte,
Till that day.
It's gonna be one of your peoples that's holding you down.
That's the sad part.
And gonna let something off, and now his whole life is fucked.
You ain't gonna be the one shooting. You ain't gonna be the one fighting.
I'm not the one supposed to. I'm not the one supposed to be shooting, blood.
That is gang.
Gangsters know that nobody is invisible. At any moment, you could get touched. Your own homies that you roll with could touch you. A lot of the times, people get snuffed off of their own inside crew. It becomes jealousy. Like, so saying that you can't get touched is very laughable to me. The other reason why you're definitely not gangster is your explanation on this whole Crip thing. Number one, when they ask you about being a Crip, you started stuttering. You almost stuttered throughout the whole explanation. Alright, blood. I mean, boom. Like, boom, 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 blood. Like, boom. Like, that was most of your conversation throughout it. It was stutter, stutter, boom. I let my nuts hang. Alright, blood. Boom. Huh? What I got from it, you were trying to search for your hood card. You're like, who's gonna accept me? Who's gonna let me be gangsta? Sitting on the bed with a blue comforter, you had rags, blue rags around your neck. Who's gonna let me run with them? Like, come on, man. You tried to be a Crip, you didn't. Then you ran with some Bloods. They let you claim whatever hood, so then now you're a Blood. Just admit it, like, yes, you hood hopped. The next thing was his whole explanation on the whole pedophile situation. He again started stuttering. Like, it was stutter, stutter. You could look it up, stutter, stutter. All right, boom, boom. Like, he stuttered throughout his whole explanation with that. I felt like, in my opinion, to me, when he started lying or trying to search for like a bullshit explanation, he started stuttering. The next reason why Tekashi 6ix9ine is not gangster is him bringing up the game's children.
No, bro, this man is 40. He got a family. He got kids, right?
He got kids.
Why he not taking care of his kids?
I mean, gangsters don't ever bring up kids or involve children. Kids are off topic, off subject. You don't play with people's kids. It is what it is. Real gangsters ain't mentioning nobody kids. If they got beef with you, they got beef with you. It's about you, your set, the clique you claim, your homies, where you from. Kids, off limits. All in all, to me, he reminded me a lot like Kenya of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya is the type of person who will poke and poke and poke at you and then play the victim. Oh, test my gangster, text my gangster. But then when people test you, then you crying wolf, you tucking your tail, you backing out, you doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? He is the Kenya of the rap game, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I know there's gonna be trolls in this comment section of this video. I know there's gonna be people talking mess, but I really don't care, because at the end of the day, I know that common sense ain't common. It's just not common. Like, common sense ain't common. You can't even buy common sense. Anybody with common sense knows that everything that he did on The Breakfast Club was not gangsta. He didn't son Charlemagne. There was nothing to glorify about it, especially if you got people who have died and fallen victim behind this whole gang culture, and then you know that this is nothing to play with or glorify, because people are doing hard time and people are dead and gone. Some of my favorites are dead and gone because of this whole gang mentality, and I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's nothing to glorify with. And then people were like, how could Charlemagne wish death on him? Like, you don't never wish death on anybody. I don't take it as Charlemagne was wishing death on him. He simply told him, if you keep on antagonizing people, you keep asking for this, then the only option and the only result is going to be death or jail. I am living proof. Like, my family members are gone and dead. Like, that is the ultimate result. It don't take a rocket scientist to know that death or jail. You asking people to test you, you calling people out, you acting gangster, rah. It don't take a rocket science to know that death or jail is going to be the results of it. And if you can't muster that up in your brain, then you're too young for me, bro. I don't even want to talk to you. I don't care what you think. Oh yeah, and another thing he said that I was like, huh? Like, the whole interview, I was like, huh? But he told Charlamagne, he said,
to be honest, if it wasn't for this, I would have never heard about you.
That's cool. If it wasn't for you,
and I'm telling you right.
And I'm thinking like, okay, and Charlamagne does radio. You're on his platform. He is a radio personality. You, in the beginning of your interview, you said how badly you wanted to go on the Breakfast Club on his platform.
I told my man Shadi, I was like, yo, get me up there at the Breakfast Club. There's no reason I should.
You didn't hear about him. It doesn't matter if you didn't hear about him before the Breakfast Club. He's been doing the Breakfast Club for how long? He is known in the game, and that is the go-to place to be interviewed when artists make it. Like, that is the #1 place that most artists want to go, because that means like I quote unquote made it somewhat in my career. So for you to first start off saying that, you know, I felt like I done this, I done that, I should have been on the Breakfast Club, and then you say, I didn't know about you, Charlamagne, until you got on the Breakfast Club. It's like, huh? I wish I had the Remy soundbite. Like, I wanted to blast it through the interview and it to randomly play and say, are you dumb? We didn't hear about Tekashi 6ix9ine till November. So? Like, okay. I don't know, man. Like I said, I realized in this interview that I'm old. I'm old. Like, I'm either too mature or I am an old head. And I need to come to terms that I guess I'm an old head. Like, what do you guys think? I know that it's gonna be trolls in the comment sections, but the people who have common sense, let's talk in the comments. Alright guys, until next time, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you're up to date when I post these videos. Peace.